workout was great this morning,
Wasn't it? I was like, that was difficult, but I got my sweat in. It was
I did
really
too.
good.
Yeah, I did too compared to Thursday because I was dragging Thursday.
Yeah.
You were working it good. I was like, I
was
have no
trying my
energy.
best.
What'd you say?
I said, no, I definitely was trying my best. It was, it's late, so it's always hard, but I pushed through.
You did. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you were there. I was like, I was on.
I saw you. I was like, she made it.
I know. I was like, up to the very last minute, I was on like a happy hour, and I said it out loud that I may not attend, and then I just later was like, do it. Just get up and do it. And that's how every workout in the evening is. Morning is not as hard.
Morning is like first thing. You don't have anything distracting you.
Exactly. So speaking of that, let's get into it. You and I talked before. We've worked together before.
Yes.
Coach to soon to be coach. So yes. Put it out there in the universe.
Exactly.
Yes.
In the universe.
So we had some things that we wanted to talk about, and we are calling this particular topic personal healthy habits while parenting.
Yep.
And before we get into it, I just have to say, for those who watch this live and or later, what's on my heart, I just have to say it, and then we can move on. So I have to acknowledge what's going on right now.
We do.
It's crazy. Like, even before I got on this, I was watching, I was like, no, I need to get off of this because my mindset is not going to be where it needs to be. But it's just, I'm just going to do a lot of praying and work on my own piece, because it's really easy to get distracted right now with stuff that is really not good for the psyche. And that goes to mental health, personal care, self-care, self-love, some of the stuff we're about to talk about. So I just want to put it out there. I want to pray for everybody who is going through stuff. And if you're not going through something right now, check your pulse is what I will say.
Right. Look deep. Yep. Look within. I definitely agree. Yes, we got to take a moment to just pause and reflect on what's going on around us. It's intense. It's a lot, but at the same time, we got to make sure we're taking care of our inner self and finding peace in the best way we can. So
totally agree. All right.
And this is the first time I'm doing this share thing. So can you see the full face? Like, I see like half of my head. Is it right?
I can see all of you.
Okay.
It's on and popping and beautiful. So I can see you fully through all of this stuff. So, and then those who are joining, feel free to engage. And I say feel free. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to urge you to join in, to put your comments in. If you want to go live, let us know. But, just engage with us. You're listening, you're learning, you're eating your popcorn, you eat your food, listening to us go into engagement conversation. But please feel free to type in the comments whatever you want to share, whether it's amen to that, or I feel you, or I need help, whatever. We will be paying attention and engaging you as well. We'll multitask. So just want to say that. So let's start off. So we both have younger children relative to those who may have older children. So for those who don't know, I have two boys. Noah will be 10 in July, and Christopher is 12, and he'll be 13 in October. I had to think about that for a minute. So I have two younger boys that I am trying to develop into men. So that's my situation. What about you?
So I have a little one. She just turned 3 in February. So she is the light of this house. She is the boss of this house.
Yes, she is.
So no, she's lots of fun, big personality, 1000% daddy's girl. I always say the joke is that she's not loyal because after the 9 months of pregnancy and doing the things we do as mom, like she is all daddy at the end of the day. Like my investment was like null and void.
Awesome. Hold on, I'm gonna pause for 1 second because I was supposed to do something before we started and I didn't. So let me just pause for 1 second. Hopefully I don't. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, as you were talking, I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot to do something very important.
Right.
So, all right, so you were sharing, you got a 3-year-old who is queen of the house.
Queen of the home.
And I got 2 boys, 9 and 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about BC, before children. Okay. What do we do BC, before children, to stay active, if anything? And I mean active meaning healthy mindset, healthy life. What were we doing?
Yeah, I know. I love it, BC for sure. You know, before the kids. So I had my daughter in 2017. So definitely in 2015, 2016, I was in the best shape of my life. You know, and I was just doing everything that it meant to be in terms of health and fitness. I was on a great nutritional program. I was, you know, me and my husband, like, we're gym junkies. So we were literally at the gym before it opened. We had like 5 other people with us. We all rolled up at the same time, waiting for those doors to open. So we had our morning workout, right? We were doing that, eating clean, just had a lot of really great healthy habits. I got to the point where I met my goals, and then I was then helping other folks reach their fitness goals. So serving me, serving others, it was just a beautiful space of really being healthy and fit. It definitely took a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice at the beginning. Of course, you're not getting those results, but with these, you know, healthy habits of being consistent, having you know, people, friends, families that kept you accountable, and seeing the results. Once you get those little results, it's like you get addicted and you just keep doing it, and you continue to feel good about yourself, so you stick to it. So that was just a beautiful space and time in my life. I miss it dearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what did you do? Like, I know it's not easy
No, it's not easy. I mean, I think back to well before BC, when I was in college. So that was well before BC. I was active. I was active in high school. I was into sports in high school and college.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I did dance. So it was at the forefront of my mind. Then it was like, out of school, now I gotta be in the real world, living a life.
Right.
And for me, I had this big gap where I wasn't doing anything, and I took advantage of it because I'm pretty petite. I never got like really, really big, but I noticed the difference. Very sluggish, and my clothes didn't fit right, and I would try to like pose and suck the tummy in and look like I had something still going on.
Exactly.
No,
wearing the bigger size clothes.
Right. I was lying to myself.
Right.
And so I was just like really off and on, and maybe I did some stuff, you know, but I can't recall before I had children and before and then during marriage, before the children, that I was really taking my health seriously.
Okay.
High blood pressure runs in my family. And so I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. But then when I was going to the doctors, and my blood pressure was like 130s over 90s, and that's not where it's supposed to be.
That's not where it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. So that was starting to be a turning point, but still, that was like after children, if you know what I mean. As something clicked for me. So that was my story. I was a lot lazier than my counterpart when it came to having the people that you go do stuff with. So I kind of took stuff for granted. I did. I'll admit that.
So if you fast forward, how did that change after having the kids? Like, did you see a shift?
Yeah, definitely a shift. And actually work helped it be a shift.
Okay.
Because at work, back in the day, we were doing, we got permission to do, was it P90X? And so we started that after work, and it kind of, that competition with myself came back.
Nice. Okay.
And like you said, you started doing stuff and you saw results. It was hard at first, but then you started it. So that was a turning point for me. And then this was after children. And then the health part of it and the blood pressure and challenging myself and seeing the change in results. When I would check my blood pressure, it went down. That was it. Because I was like, I do not want to be in the situation where I am taking medication for the rest of my life.
Right. It's that medication that you're like, no, you got to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's an alternative way.
Exactly. So practicing prevention
Yes.
was initially the mindset of why I started being consistent and being
right.
active.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
No, for me, like, so it's interesting. I think our like timelines kind of opposite, right? So before kids, you were like, you know, not fully there, but then like after the kids, you were like, okay, you had a newfound motivation because of health, and then just that inner competitiveness got back up. But for me, it went downhill. Like, if I keep wondering, it went downhill. And it really was, if I look back, the pivotal point was when I had my daughter. And I think, like, you know, like for me, I went into mama mode, right? You know, and I'm like now juggling more things, trying to figure out balance in life. And specifically with the birth of my daughter, you know, everyone has like their idea of like their birthing plan and how it'll be like when they bring their daughter home or their child home, that first couple months and everything. But for me, I had a different experience. Like, my daughter was in the NICU for like a month right after I gave birth to her. So I wasn't home enjoying her. I was ripping and running, going to the NICU back and forth. I had a C-section, and you know, I didn't even heal properly because I was doing that ripping and running, and just didn't get a chance to settle into the big experience that I just had. So when everything stabilized and I got my baby back home and things were fine, my exhale was comfort food. So it wasn't, I need to get back up and I need to start going to the gym again and eating clean. And I was like, I just need to breathe. And I'm an emotional eater. So I turned to comfort food to make myself.
I'm sure there's a lot that can agree with that.
Exactly. You know,
it's a coping mechanism. It's a numbing.
It's a numbing. It's a numbing. It's something that goes on your head. Like, if I could just get that one thing, I'll feel better. So it was like that for a while. And, you know, when I started to try and get back into working out and eating clean again, it was always that 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of scenario. Like, I never could really fully commit myself. I knew what to do because I did it before. So I knew like how to eat, how to work out, what I needed to do. It's just I wasn't mentally there. And I just couldn't just fully commit myself. So that happened. I kind of did that yo-yo thing back and forth for a while. And then, you know, I had a come to Jesus moment with myself, and my husband had a come to Jesus moment with me too. And I just realized, okay, if I'm going to do this, one, I need to understand that my body is very different from before I had my daughter. So I need to figure out, you know, how I need to serve it now that it looks different, it feels different, my energy level is different. So I had to just go back to the drawing board and learning from the tools that I had before, kind of redoing them to fit the person that I am today, and really get my mind right to say, okay, it's either go all in, you know, or not. So that's what I did. And more recently, I've just been really more committed. You know, I think sometimes you just need to start with like a small win, give yourself that small win to boost your confidence. And that was like dance fitness for me. So just getting, so that has been like a really great step in the right direction to boost my confidence, remind me that I am a woman before I'm a mother, you know, I got that sex appeal, you know, so all these little things that bring that good energy in you really allow me to say, okay, if I can do this, then I can go back into, you know, my morning workouts, and I can start eating clean, because you're starting to see the results and you're like, wow, you know, this can work, you know, so my body will respond.
Yes, I love everything that you said. I wish I could repeat it all.
The journey is not easy. The journey is not, I said, you know, the journey is not easy.
It is not easy, but everybody has their own journey. And I like what you said. You're either going to go all in or not at all. And that's hard for people because it depends on where you're at. Like, if you know who you are, you know what worked before, and what didn't work.
Right.
Some people have to start off as baby steps because it's a mindset shift to go, oh my God, I got to do this full out. I'm not ready for that. And some people, they can take little steps and see that the step that they took built on the next step, and then it gets bigger, and they can look back and see how far they've come and appreciate that and keep going. Where others is, I need to see it all at once. And then when they don't see it, because they want that big bang, all or nothing, they mentally quit. And once you mentally quit, the rest of your body follows. So I appreciate what you're saying. This is what worked for me, and everybody's different.
It's different. Everyone's different.
Everybody's different.
Yeah. And what I meant in terms of all in is the consistency, because with every habit, every good habit is only good if you're consistent with it, right?
Exactly.
So it was like, okay, if you say you're not going to eat certain things, or you're going to really do that portion control, you know, hold yourself accountable. Come on, lean into it, commit to it, and really just stick the course. Yeah. So that's what I mean by just all in, because you can't, you know, especially at the beginning, like you have to kind of shock yourself at the beginning.
You do, you do, and I think, you know, like you said, what all in means to you, and that's, I'm glad that you clarified that, because people take that differently as I initially projected it. But it's, the accountability is important. You mentioned it earlier, before children, we were all crew going in and holding each other accountable. And I think that's important. Is there's self-accountability, but there's also accountability partners, because not everybody is strong at being self-accountable. Because if we were, we wouldn't be where we're at, which is some of us not where we want to be. You know, that saying of, I'm stuck, right? I need help, which is sometimes up here, but hard to project out here. It's hard to be this strong woman over here and then say I'm stuck and need help over here. They both go together and both mean strong when you get the help you need and the support to get to where you want to be. Because we do try on our own. It feels good to say we did it on our own, but the real truth is you never do anything in this life on our own. We all catch a break.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And we're all here to help each other. We're all here to learn from each other and support each other. So it's there's more strength in raising your hand for asking help than to remaining quiet.
Exactly. It's just like children. We take a village to raise them. We didn't raise them by ourselves. We get help one nugget at a time. Oh, I think that I should be on them about this so they can learn this habit, because they're not gonna do it on their own.
Right.
You know, we are like children in adult bodies. We all need somebody to be like, listen, you said you wanted to do it. I'm holding you accountable. I know you regret you asked me to hold you accountable. But you asked me, so here I am. And I think healthy means different things, right? Yes. For some, it's not, okay, get up and get off the couch and move. It's, or could be that's a part of it. But it's, you know, your mindset, right? How are you feeding your soul? How are you staying in that state of calm, peace, relaxation? So that you can overfill your cup. I always talk about fill your cup, but you need to actually overfill it, right? So that you can be there for others, right? So what are you feeding yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, right? When you are in a funk, getting curious, why am I in this funk? Because it's probably not healthy. Funk and healthy on many levels don't go together, right? So, I mean, it's kind of like, take what you will from it. What does healthy mean to you? Because if I'm seeing you like knock it out of the park, rocking it, dropping it like it's hot. Right. Nah, man.
Nah, that's not for me.
That works for you, but that don't work for me. By the way, it does work for me. Thank you again for introducing me to Nikki. She's the bomb.
Yeah, she is the bomb.
Shout out to Nikki Majors.
Nikki Majors, she's helping so many lives, man. Just stay confident in themselves.
Especially right now.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, let's talk about right now. Okay, we can talk about living a healthy lifestyle and being consistent. But what about right now with everything going on? It was a couple of weeks ago up until last week, it was just COVID-19 and quarantine, stay home, stay safe. Now you add on the, you know, George Floyd and the rioting, and there's a lot to distract us.
Yes.
Including in our home. what's in our home. So what
Mm-hmm.
would you say is important for people to know, from encouragement, from your words to others, about how do you have a personal, healthy mindset, behavior, and if you're raising children like we are on top of it with everything going on, how do you do that right now?
Yeah. I think right now, I think I posted it this morning. You said it earlier. One, you serve yourself, right? You take care of you. You do that self-care. But most of all, you give yourself grace. There is so
Mhm.
much going on right now, and it is not normal. It is not okay in so many situations, and even within your home, like your routine may not be the same because you're now in the home 24/7, interacting with your family 24/7. So the standards, the bars that you have for yourself, all of that can be put aside. It is not that important. Right now is your mental health, your inner health, how you feel on the inside. So first and foremost, take care of you, because when you take care of you, when you give yourself 10, 15 minutes in a day, an hour in a day to serve you, whatever that looks like, getting up in the morning, having coffee, meditating, stretching, going for a walk, evening workouts, whatever that looks like, sitting still, whatever that looks like, do that for you, because then you can operate from a place of abundance. Then you have enough that's overflowing where you can serve the people around you, giving them light and joy and things that feel good, right? So first and foremost, do that. And then, like I said earlier, create small wins for yourself. If you're having difficult days, if you are trying to do something and you have these goals and you're not able to reach them, just do the smallest thing that would give you that win, to give you that boost of confidence. So for me, like I said, it was the dancing. Like, that helped me in so many different ways. For you, it could be something else. For the people watching, whatever that is for you, just take that small step and then know that yes, you can do this, and then from there move forward and do bigger and greater things for yourself. But the biggest thing is really making sure that you're good on the inside so that you can show up better for your family and for the world.
I love it. I love everything you said.
What-
It starts with you,
Yes.
grace.
Yes.
Even I would say, stress levels are high. We're not where we want to be in life right
Right.
now. We're already basically 6 months into 2020, and you're going to be able to look back and describe 2020 and how did you make it positive and all of this chaos.
Right.
And right. And I like the word grace, right? You could say peace, but grace has a broader meaning, from the
Mm-hmm.
man up above to
Mm-hmm.
everything going on. Like grace, like when you are in a heightened sensitivity and you just
Yeah.
have rage, or you want
Right.
to yell at the kids, you want to yell at the TV
Right.
screen,
Right.
you
Right.
want to blame this
Right.
person, whatever it is, it's like
Breathe. Yeah.
grace.
Right.
Like if anything else, give that to yourself, because it's
Yeah.
easy to get caught up. And
Yeah.
like I was saying earlier before I got on this live, I did not give myself grace because I was watching the shenanigans. And I was like, turn it off because I'm getting ready
Yeah.
to go on. And I don't
Yeah.
want the insides to be like, because
Mm-hmm. It's so easy to boil
it's
up.
easy to, we talk about wearing a mask, figuratively speaking, not
Mm-hmm.
mentally, not literally, because we actually have to wear masks now. But
Mm-hmm.
wear a mask, or bring out your representative who is really not you, because all of this is going on inside. While
Mm-hmm.
outside we're like this, even though
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what we want you to see.
Right.
That's not grace. That's not healthy,
No.
because all of this inside is in turmoil.
Yes.
And being able to recognize that and say, what do I want to do with that? Because I don't think anybody who wants to be in this state, or
No.
whatever state you're
No.
in.
Mm-mm. Right.
So what are tools, strategies that you can go to bring it down and calm yourself? Like dancing, whatever brings you joy, right? People think, okay, healthy means I got to eat healthy food, which tastes nasty, or I got to get on the treadmill, and I
Right.
got to run and do all this stuff. What brings you joy?
Yeah, whatever it is. Go for a walk. Play, games with your kids. Like, whatever it is.
Just
Whatever
do
it
it at
is.
a faster pace, or
Yeah.
whatever,
Right. Yeah.
whatever. And like you said
Yeah.
earlier, do one thing that day. Like, I believe in, you know, when you wake up in the morning, what's that one thing you're going to do today? If
Right.
nothing else.
Yes.
And you feel like, celebrate
Yes.
that one thing that you
Right.
did. Give yourself grace for the one thing, and then wake up tomorrow and do it all again. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Especially as parents, as moms, we think we got to be super mom and
yes,
she'll be everything to everybody.
That guilt trip is real.
What'd you say?
I said that guilt trip is real.
Yeah. And catching ourselves on that and go, no. Mm-hmm. I'm damn good.
I'm doing the best
I deserve this.
Right.
Eat that ice cream. Shovel it in your mouth. I deserve this. No guilt.
Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, I think you kind of shed light to it, but is there any other specific things that you're doing, or, you know, certain habits that you've, you know, started to do during this quarantine that you feel like you want to share?
Sure. Thank you for asking. So, I just finished a 30-day challenge.
Nice.
The walk or step to 10,000 steps a day for 30 days.
That is no joke.
It was great because that was a target, which felt like a lot for me to do consistently, because it meant it's not just working out in the house to get the 10, and that wasn't enough. I tried that.
Yeah.
I had to like get out and actually walk. And I found that when I had a system that worked by trial and error, I was able to not only meet it, but pass it every day.
Okay.
You know, because I got up early and I got my 10,000 in. So I always posted every day. That was my accountability is I'll put something out in the universe, meaning social media, and say, this is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And then my mindset is somebody's watching because they're holding me accountable. Well, she said she's going to do it. That's what I tell myself. So I have to do it because somebody's watching, even if they're not commenting. So I was able to exceed it, you know, every day. And I also learned I don't have to go hard all the time when I work out, because I noticed when I was walking those 10,000 steps, which equated to an hour and a half every day for me.
Oh, okay.
It was the same as though I did maybe an hour or maybe a little more of a hard cardio. I still got the same burn. So I was like, I don't have to go hard every day. And it was a way to show other people, yes, I may at times be doing this hard workout and I'll show a picture of me sweating, but you don't have to do that.
Right.
I don't have to do that. And it was nice to be like, I can chill for a whole month if I want. I don't have to get up early and be doing all this hard cardio. So that was one thing. Continuing to eat healthy. You know, I meal prep every week. So my food is on hand. It's healthy. I have the snacks. And then meditating, like you said earlier. I've gotten back into it from a consistency standpoint. That's helped with my peace. I'm also reading. That's a healthy habit to do. So I got new books, got the kids' new books like you guys are going to read. And I'm just paying attention to what I'm feeding my soul, watching, reading, and listening. And I also have to catch myself where I'm watching too much news. That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
Because it doesn't create fear in me, but it just creates more concern, and that's not healthy. So it's like, turn it off, because I'm not a TV watcher, but I have been paying attention to the news more.
Right.
So those are some of the things that I've been doing. And like you said, consistency is key. That's how you form new habits that are hopefully healthy habits. I'll make one more comment and then I'll pause. My biggest fear for me is to stop what I'm doing, because I have like a visualization that I will do, and my visualization is not seeing myself when I've completed something that I want to do. It's seeing myself not doing it. Wow. And I actually project what that's going to feel like, and I don't like it. And that's what makes me get up and keep doing it, because I know if I stop and I sit down, I'm going to sit down too long, and then I'm going to get out of my habit. And that's what scares me the most. And that's one thing that keeps me going.
Yeah. I mean, fear used in the right way can be a source of motivation. So I appreciate you sharing that. And that's true. It's like, to be honest to ourselves, it's an extreme quote, but I think they said if it's like, if, you know, not having change is like you are accepting that's like a slow death. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So or not allowing yourself to change, to grow. It's like, you know, a slow a slow death. So yeah, I agree with you. It's like envisioning what will it look like if I'm not healthy, if I'm not trying, if you're not even just trying, you know? And I think that is so important because our health is wealth. Health is everything.
Yeah.
So those small habits of eating clean, meal prepping, drinking water, all those
Drinking
things
water.
really matter in terms of just continuing to pushing the dial forward. So
Yeah, and it makes you stronger. You know, I agree everything you're saying. It makes you stronger. You know, when you were saying earlier, you know, dancing, whatever has got me back in, it builds confidence. And you don't think that working out builds confidence. But working out says, I pushed myself. I did this. So if I can do this, because it's mentally first, if I can do this, I really can do anything that I set my mind to. If I just say yes to myself.
Yes.
Whatever that means, right? And we are worthy. We have to tell ourselves we're worthy. We have to show ourselves we're worthy by putting ourselves first and doing the hard things, right? Getting up and being consistent is not easy. You know why? Because if it was, everybody would do it.
Yep.
And everybody's not doing it. So if you're doing it, you're motivating me. If I'm doing it and communicating, my goal is when I'm posting stuff and video this, I'm not doing it to show off to say, hey, look at me.
Right.
I'm doing it to say, is this helping you?
Yes.
Because when I saw somebody else doing it, it helped me. So let me pay it forward to say, if this gives you a little bit of, whether it's motivation or irritation, whatever one works,
it's moving you.
You're like, ah, darn it, I'm tired of seeing her. Instead of trying, let me get up and booty shake for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
If
for
that's
5
it,
seconds, right?
then thank you.
Or it's just like it humanizes it. I think, you know, we see, especially folks that are not trying to do our thing, and you know, you have some folks that is like, oh my god, I know I can never really get to that place, or oh my god, that, you know, maybe it was bought or whatever. But we normalize it because like, this is my girl. Like, I see her every day. If she can do it, why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So it really is important. That's why I like to share too. You know, I like to share the dancing because I was like, yo, if I can get up and dance, because in my mind, like, I'm a hip hop performer, but you know, it's like, if I can get up, and do, you know, a little something, you can too. So we are all supposed to lean on each other for that motivation and like you lift each other up. So and thank goodness we have social media. We can use it in that and use it as a vessel to touch other people and to lift them up, and that's what we should be doing if that's our thing. So that's
absolutely. And I agree with everything you're saying. And if you weren't confident before and now you're out on social media, you just leveled up in your confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And you're taking everything to the next level. And it's important to be able to connect the dots, because if you can't connect the dots, then you can't see your progress. And if you can't see your progress, then you're like, what am I doing this for? And you're doing it for you. But if you're doing it for you and sharing your experience, you're doing it for others, right? I personally feel that everybody has a purpose, and it's finding your purpose.
Yes.
And I know what my purpose is. I know you know what your purpose is. And it's not to keep things to myself.
No, it's not.
It's to serve.
Right.
Serve others. And I can't do that if I'm not healthy. And part of it is helping other people to be healthy. And I will do it right, and I will do it wrong. But like you said, I'm trying. And if you're trying it, you're doing something. And if you're doing something, you're succeeding no matter what. Because you're learning in the process. It's your journey, and you're helping others to be on their journey. And we have different paths, but
and there's always someone, you know, it's like being in a line. There's someone in front of you that you're like, whew, that's where I'm trying to be. And there's someone behind you like, ooh, that's where I'm trying to be. So we're all, you know, working towards elevating ourselves, you know, getting to that next best version of ourselves. Like, everyone has goals, and it's good to have those goals so you know what you're aspiring and what you're working towards. And I think, like, when I started my transition, getting back into being healthy, it really started from my mind, you know, because that confidence, I think a lot of people struggle with confidence, and it's really getting your mind right so that you can take that first step. And, you know, people think daily affirmations, you know, it's like this thing, but it really helps. Like, when you are telling yourself you're strong, you're able, you have courage, you can do things like that. Helps change and shift the way you're thinking and the way you're showing up in the world. You step up with more presence. You step up knowing that you have a space and you can own that space in this world. So I think daily affirmations are so important, because that really helped me. Journaling, when we were working together, journaling was the best thing ever. That really allowed me to stop trying to work out all my thoughts in my head and put it on paper. And when you start looking at it, you're like, okay, I can actually conquer this. This is not that big of a deal when it's in my head. And I always say, those voices in your head are trying to project it like it's the tsunami that's coming down. But when you put it on paper, you're like, wow, no, it's not that big of a deal. And
Right.
you will overcome,
Absolutely. You said it all. Amen.
Yeah.
You said it all. This has been so wonderful. I think that we need to talk about these things more. We didn't talk as much about parenting, but this is starting with us, right? If we're not taking care of ourselves,
can't take care of
it's
others.
very hard to take care of our children the way that we want to, right?
Yep.
I know for me, because I'm pretty active, I don't really get sick. That's another bonus, an incentive to work out. And if I'm not sick, then I can be there for my children.
Mm-hmm.
When I work out, my energy is through the roof every day. Like, nap is not really in my vocabulary right now. That's just for me because of how consistent I have been.
Yeah,
even during quarantine, I'm like, hey, I could be on the couch watching some shows, napping. No, because I'm active more now than I was before quarantine, because it's that important. Like, oh Lord, let me not self-sabotage and then I come out of quarantine and I'm a hot mess.
Right.
And I can't speak on and motivate and inspire other people when I don't believe it and I'm not living it myself.
Right.
So the two have to be in congruence. Yes. So energy, being there for our children, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever, mm-hmm. is what we need to continue doing and get the help that we need. So who do you look to? Who do you inspire you? Who is in that line in front of you where you want to be? That goes back to, what are you feeding yourself? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? Because I also know that for me, if I get off the wagon, I look back and say, what changed? I wasn't watching, listening, reading the stuff that I used to that kept me going. Because after a while, self-motivation will wane and you need something else to help you.
Right.
So having those things consistently, I think also helps to keep going, because we still get tired.
We definitely get tired. Like, I don't want to wake up and do this again. Like you tell it. Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely difficult, but you got to look at the bigger picture. You got to remember how you felt the day before after you did that workout and you felt like you could literally, just jump 1,000 times. You just had that energy. You felt good, and it's therapy. I use it as therapy for myself. That's why I love my morning workout. It's that time in the wee hours where I can get a good hour in before my daughter wakes up and the whole house is lit.
That's smart, because you can get it in. Like, I agree. It's what works for you, where you can have that space for yourself. Like I said, it's 168 hours in a week for all of us. It's how are you spending it? So when people say, I don't have time, I don't believe that. If it's important to you, you will make the time. If it's not, then you won't, and just call it what it is. Don't make excuses.
Yeah, be honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself. But when that switch turns, usually it turns because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and it comes from sometimes irritation, like I said earlier. Because people can be motivated, but that doesn't last long. Oh, I'm motivated, I feel good. Then you do something for a second, then it wears off. When you get irritated, that's usually because you're tired of the weight, you're tired of the sluggish, you're tired of how you feel, and you're tired of how you're mentally projecting, and you go, this is not where I want to be. I'm irritated now. I'm no longer motivated. I'm irritated. So what do I need to do to change how I'm feeling?
Right.
And so whatever.
And sometimes it's like when you're not getting the results and you're working real hard and you're like, this scale is pissing me off, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to show it and continue to do what I got to do, because I know, and that's the thing, our bodies are malleable. Like, we can shape and form it into however we want. We just have to push hard and be consistent. And
Right.
it all starts here.
It's all here. And I'll add on, we have to want it.
Yes. Yes.
Want it shows up in actions. Anything else is just talk.
Right.
Right. I mean, I have this feeling like for the rest of my life, I'm going to be on a constant journey in my transformation up here and physically, because I have goals for myself. But part of me go, I'm not going to be satisfied if and or when I get there. Because then I'm like, okay, now I got to work on this. Or it's not, you get there, but it's not done. You got to work to stay there.
Oh yeah, you got to work to stay there.
Like, oh my God.
Oh, that's the thing about the body. It will slip up on you real quick.
Fear number 2, 3, 4, 5 is
right.
You stop, and all that hard work is for nothing. That's what another thing that motivates me is like, I did this for nothing. If I go 2 weeks of just sitting and eating stuff and then don't come back, it's all gone.
Yeah, and that's why you have to do it the right way, the healthy way, because you don't want to quickly get the results and then have a full landslide backwards because you didn't do it the right way, and the results won't be long lasting. So that's all. Like, that's for me, the biggest thing I had to fix here and my relationship with food. Like, my relationship with food was real serious. It was like the comfort of everything. You know what I mean? Carbs, bread, women, we like all those sweet things that we know we don't need to be eaten. Right. So it was really understanding my triggers, understanding what would, pull me all the way to get and buy certain things. And then I really had to figure out healthy substitutes, and also just journaling, understanding the triggers and finding new solutions for them. So
absolutely,
yeah, it's a journey.
It is a journey, and you don't have to, rush out the gate. You start small with one habit, and then add another one. And it's amazing. You don't realize it's a habit until it's a habit. You focus on it and you do it for a while. And we won't call it habit. We'll just say it's just what we do.
A lifestyle.
It's that lifestyle. And it's, it's getting the help you need if you really can't do it on your own. So,
right.
So this has been amazing.
This has been amazing. Thank you so much. This conversation was real and I enjoyed it wholeheartedly. It's like, it's us, is what we do. And I hope people, listen to it and were able to take away some few nuggets and a few things that would work for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ditto is what I would say. And you and I have a date again.
We do.
Soon. So we're going to keep this going, and we'll talk about something else next time that's part of, what's important to you, which is also important to me.
Yes.
I'm all about personal power. My focus is women,
all right.
Professional women, working women, over 40, that's my age group, but targeting all women, single moms, married with children. But it's about elevating our mindsets.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Transforming our mindsets, elevating, and elevating our personal power by mastering habit change. Yeah. That's what it's about. Beautiful. You mastered change in many assets of your life that you really want to, and your level of experience and life is going to level up. Yeah. And that's what it's about. The confidence and how you show up at work, your career, powerhouse women, they show up. They speak their truth with confidence, their tone. They come in and they mean business. And they might have worked out for 45 minutes before that to help with that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's all here first. So that's what it's all about is elevating women, and not that men are just, discriminated against, because, those are some of my followers, but mainly my followers, about close to 70% are women. And so that's who I'm speaking to first and foremost, because we are on our journey. And we need help from each other, lifting each other up to help us on our continued journey. So I thank you for being part of that.
Of course.
You are my queen. You are my
queen, lady. I am so grateful for you. you know our what we share in terms of how pivotal you were in just my growth and my mindset shift during a very difficult time in my life. So I appreciate you for that, and that has inspired me to want to help people, because I think we're all working through life and all the things it throws at us and all the challenges, especially being a young professional mom, all the hats that we as women wear. It's not easy, right? And we really have to lean on each other to learn from each other, because my testimony could be your saving grace.
Right.
And I really believe in that's what I want to do, is help women create that sharing and learning and sharing and being vulnerable with each other, so that we can all lift each other up.
Yes.
And I think, like you said, that confidence, I think a lot of women struggle with confidence. A lot of women don't see themselves the way the world see them. You know, we are stronger and beautiful and just amazing in our own right. And once we start seeing ourselves through that lens, we're unstoppable. So
That's
it's like,
absolutely right.
how do we do that? How do we work together to get there?
Yes. Well, that is a beautiful note to end on. I am not going to mess it up. Thank you for closing us out. Thank you for everybody who joined. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You took something away from it. Please continue leveling up in your lives. And if you need help to do it, which we all do, please reach out. We love you. Stay safe and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Yeah, stay blessed, everyone. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Kenya.
Bye. Thank you.